Hey friends, welcome back to Gilkey's Limited Adventures. It's Sarah.
And William.
And we're here with another Operation Christmas Child video, and this is a little bit different because we're going to give you the tour of our shoebox room today. So I've been excited to do this for a while. You've seen little glimpses of it, but not like the full tour. And I wanted to pause for a second out here before we go downstairs because I wanted to first talk about how we got into Operation Christmas Child, how we got involved, but then also about our home for a second. So
well, let's give them just a second of context of why we're out here with our coffees today. One of the things that we look forward to every day is morning coffee together.
William has his favorite Japan mug from when he went on a mission trip in Cambodia, stopped for a day in Japan, and I'm channeling my inner Norwegian with my Ufta cup this morning. So
something she frequently has to say with all the little messes I leave behind with my blindness.
For sure. So first of all, I wanted to just quickly say we've been doing Operation Christmas Child basically since we've been married. We met a lady here in our front yard when we were having a rummage sale when we first got married, and she told us all about Operation Christmas Child. We looked it up and we decided to pack a box. So we packed one box that year, and then it just was two and more and more.
But we just started doing 62 years ago.
And for a while we were having family and friends come over, and we had it temporarily set up in our garage and then temporarily set up in our basement. Now we have a nice big area in our basement to set that up, so we just keep it set up year round, and I'm constantly filling it with things. We have friends and family come over. We usually have like a brunch or lunch or dinner, and then we go downstairs and pack some shoe boxes, and it's just so much fun to bring everyone along with this our passion for this ministry, and just let them learn about how through this gift, which is so fun to do, so sweet to give, that a child somewhere could learn about Jesus. The last thing I wanted to say before we move on is, you see our house, right? So you just saw a little bit of our house, and we do live in an older home in a small town, about 12,000 people here, and it's a choice that we made. I had originally bought this house on my own, and then when William and I got married, we decided to stay. We decided, why not stay in a modest home instead of finding something big and new and beautiful that we could afford, and just be content in this home and be able to go on adventures, Gilkey's Limited Adventures, and go on trips and give and support this ministry and just other things with our money besides just be house poor, just have a big house, big beautiful house, and have to pay a big mortgage. We decided to be content in this small, modest home that we're in, and I think it's probably one of our best decisions because we've been on some great adventures that we probably wouldn't have been able to be on if we had a big, more expensive house.
My background's accounting and finance, so I was pretty good with budgeting, and we just made the choice to live below our means and do good with what we had and enjoy experiences together. And life hands you some curveballs, you know, as you all know from watching our channel. And one of my curveballs was in my early 50s, I started going blind. And I am legally blind now, and I'm actually no longer working. And so it was a real blessing to be able to have a house that we could afford and have these experiences along the way, getting to see things like the redwoods while I still had enough vision to see it. And so that's the philosophy. We have no problem with however anyone lives their lives. We know someone very wealthy with a fantastic house, but he's probably one of the most giving people we know. So it's just our own thing so that we could afford to do it, because we don't make that much money. Our cars are used and older. It's just, we're so blessed. So
yeah, and I just wanted to put that out there for anyone who thinks like, oh, I live in this small older house, I never would have room for a shoebox room in my basement, I just don't have room for it. That's okay. And you know, our basement is a basement. It's not a finished, beautiful basement. It's a basement, and you'll see it in a second. You make do with what you have, and the best advice I can give you is just be content and be happy.
One thing you'll know about our house, though, it's a home. And it's always been open for people. We've had young people that needed a place for a while, and they've stayed with us, and we have ministers and missionaries visit us and things. So we really try, with the love of Christ that we have, to make more than a house, it's a home. And
so we're so glad that you're here with us and we get to share this with you. We'll share a little bit of the living room with you because it's interesting, and then we'll go right down into our shoebox and I'll show you all the fun stuff. But thanks for coming along with us.
Come on in.
And of course, look who's waiting for us right inside the door. It's Minnie, Winnie, and Vinny. I wanted to show you a quick glimpse into our living room because we have a lot of interesting artifacts that William has picked up along the way on a couple of different mission trips, and also some items that people have brought to us, some missionaries or just people who have traveled outside of the U.S. We find that to be very interesting, and we love this kind of old world style decorating. Now let's head to the basement and see this shoebox room. I'll give you a whole 360 first of all. This is, like I said, just a basement, nothing fancy. Part of it has a ceiling, part of it is carpeted, but it is not a completely finished basement. So here's a full overview. Now behind me is a laundry room and the furnace. To the left right here is where I work. I won't show that part. Down here is where the kids sleep when they do come and visit, so we have a bed back there behind the curtains. Now this is where I pack all of my pencil pouches. You can see pads of paper, coloring books, pencils, pens, erasers, pencil sharpeners, string backpacks, all of the fun stuff. Here are a couple boxes that I'm in the middle of packing, still wanting to get them just quite right, so I haven't finished those. Now over to this Christmas tree. It used to work before our cats got into it so much, but now half the lights are off, so I just keep it off. This is kind of special to us because we have a lot of ornaments like this that were made by local artisans in other countries, and a lot of the proceeds for those go right to helping them. So we have these little Swedish ones. You can see here this is orphan ornaments. Some of these are very pretty, handmade, delicate ornaments. They have made it, even with these crazy cats climbing in here. Here's another one of those orphan ornaments. That's so pretty. So even with our Christmas tree, we do try to give and just really make this world a better place. Once we have all of our boxes down here, this will be all full, all over the floor, full of 60 boxes. Right now, I think there's only about 15 to 20 maybe. Now, heading on over to one of my favorite things, stuffies. I just recently refilled this year with all of these stuffies. Many of them did come from Walmart at Valentine's Day. There were such great deals. Now over to here, this is our map showing where all of our boxes have gone in the past. I also like to put these pictures because when people come to visit and pack with us, I can show them all the super interesting ways that the boxes get delivered. These are right from Samaritan's Purse website. It's just so interesting to see the different ways that the boxes go to all the different countries. Now, when we're looking at the map, you can see these that are circled or outlined. These are where our boxes have gone in the past. I like to keep track with the follow your box labels to see where our boxes go every year. I do like to have plenty of seating because when people pack their boxes, they like to sit down and repack them and get everything to fit in there. So plenty of seating here. Throughout, you'll see little fun touches like this Chinese hat and this Mexican sombrero. Just fun international touches throughout. Moving on, down here we have the world's tiniest little bathroom behind there. We'll just skip that part. And then our cats do have their own little room down here, which is nice. They have a cat tree. They can look out the window to see what's going on out in the world. Multifunctional basement. Here is where I keep the clothes. Most of this is girls' dresses, flip-flops, underwear, and then some boys' shirts. We do try to keep boys things on one side and girls on the other. So this side is mostly boys, which William will show you a little bit more in just a moment. Lots of different boys' toys. We'll talk about replenishing these soccer balls too. And here's our pencil pouches. So here is the long view of the shoebox table. Underneath are the boxes. That's where you would start. We would ask everybody to choose an age and then choose a box. And then in every one of our boxes, we put a pencil pouch, and we have these kind of color coordinated. So the girls on this side, these are girls' items, boys on that side, those are boys' items. And we do it mostly by color, but also some things, like if you can see this little unicorn in there, there's some more items geared towards girls in the girls ones and boys in the boys. Let's move on to all of these baby dolls you just saw me replenish. Look at how nice and full that is. And then all of these stuffies, my favorite items. Down here are these super cute baby blankets that someone has crocheted for me. And then these are the kind of discreet hygiene kits. You have seen they have the pad and the underwear and fingernail clippers and a mirror in there. These nice fans from the Dollar Tree. I really like these a lot. And then we have Barbie and Barbie clothes, those Chelsea dolls. I got a great deal on these guys, $3 each at Walmart this year. Of course, little pouches for the girls. Lots of little pouches for the girls, unicorns. A lot of poppets this year at Walmart were on clearance. I'm sure some of you got those as well. We do have the flashlights. These super fun light up rings. Lots of colors of bandanas, and if you watch any of my videos, you know this is one of my favorite items are these hair bows for the girls. They come from Amazon. They're a good price. They never get wrinkly. They can fit on an adult's head, a child's head. You could wear them as a bracelet. I love those. Some of the items I got at Hobby Lobby on clearance after Easter. All these squishy little things. I got these from Amazon. They're just squishy little animals. These little people. Got these for $1 for 2 at Walmart. And then here on the girls' side, we have a lot of different bracelets, necklaces, bangles, so many different bracelets. Some fun pens. And at the very end of the table is where we have a lot of the small things. So when you're at the end of packing a box and you have a little bit of room left, there is always room for these tiny items. And I always tell everybody, give them a few. So if you're giving them these finger puppets, give one of every animal. So then they can play with their friends or they can just play together with them. I love giving multiples of items. Some bendable characters. Some sunglasses. We are running really low on sunglasses. Fingernail clippers, and we still have some soap. We're going to use up our soap this year, and then we'll probably not give that out anymore. Down here on the girls' side, we have lots of socks, and then just some fun odds and ends.
Well, like Sarah said in her side, all the boxes get a pencil pouch. It's a must-have, and this side has the boy colors. I often go with orange because it's often been my favorite color since childhood. Changes sometimes. And then we do have the boxes here that you start with. Sometimes the lids are color-coded depending on where we get them. The girls will sometimes have a pink lid and the boys a gray. From there, we come to the next tote, which begins our wow items. And in any third world country, at least, football or soccer is hugely popular. So we have...
Cats.
So we have soccer balls wrapped around a pump with a couple of extra needles, and those are always a welcome item. Then we go over here to our stuffies. Sarah and I both agree that every box needs a stuffy. I am 57 years old and I still feel tenderhearted toward a little stuffed chicken. So it's just always going to be. Next we go down a lot of the filler here. We have cups, and when you lay those in, then they're soccer themed. You can put items in and so make good use of your space.
Oriental trading.
And then, oh, that's a hat, like from my day, Gilligan's Island kind of, one of those sort of hats. Hope no one's marooned. And then lots and lots of filler, little games, things like that, little pads with superheroes, all kinds of fun things here. Flashlights, a must-have for every box. We feel like flashlights provide an element of safety, particularly we've been told for the young ladies. Kind of gives them a little safety in a world where people are not often that good to young women. We have a lot of interesting balls. When I was a kid, you would find me all the time with a ball and throwing it up in the air. Probably drove my mom crazy. But we have those soccer ball hacky sacks, emoticon balls. These are all the negatives, though. Let's find somebody happy.
I guess because I packed all the happy ones.
Oh, okay. Well, he looks a little happy. And then, continuing down, my nephew would love this. He's a little construction guy. I think he's going to be an engineer. He's 4 years old. Already knows every piece of equipment that's out there. But little things such as that. Superheroes, buttons. I believe we have, here, these towels that you throw them in water and they expand. That's cool to me, even at my age. Lots and lots of things to put in. Jump ropes, mostly for the girls, but guys like to jump rope too for fitness. We have the dinosaurs, big thing to me. And then this is Sarah's philosophy, and I agree with it. Don't just put one of these in. Give them a couple, 2 or even 3, because then you have dinosaur wars and play with their friends, all of that sort of thing. And these all do real well fitting down the side of the box, giving you a little more room. Same with all these Matchbox, Hot Wheels type of cars. Just wonderful things. There's construction things and racing cars, and it looks like some kind of street sweeper maybe. These I absolutely love. I found these the first time on Oriental Trading. Remember that? And I got, we had bought enough with Oriental Trading. Sometimes they'll send you like a $10 gift card with no obligation. And so I had that, and I kind of do the finances mostly. And I looked online and found these sorts of things, and we just fell in love with them. These like zoo creatures that are flat and bendable.
They're so flat. That's what I like. You can pack a lot in a box.
And we found later some cowboys, cowgirls, and horses. So we have a lot of that kind of stuff. A kazoo. Sarah says I always tell too many stories, but here's the story for that. One time in church camp when I was a kid, they had a talent show, and I played the kazoo. I played Amazing Grace, and they disqualified me because they didn't feel like it was a real instrument. So I'm not bitter about that at camp, but yeah, a kazoo. So that's fun. Nail clippers, the prayer cards that Sarah talks about, fun sunglasses, and fun other kind of glasses, the ones that have patterns on them, that sort of thing. We have the socks, and then down below, we have a few things that are like tools for your older boys if they want, like a hammer and things like that. Lots of fun things.
Back together again.
Thanks for going down the boys' side with me. I really enjoyed that. I'd like to close out with a couple of quick things for you. Number one, if you're ever here, we'll let you pack a box. And Sarah generally lets anyone that packs a box take something home with them if they want. And I was hoping that was going to be the case.
Kid.
Oh, I found this really cool dinosaur car, but I guess that's for someone else. So, okay, that's gone. And then the other thing is, I just wanted to say how much I enjoy packing shoe boxes and some of the favorite things I like about it. There are 2. Number one is the fellowship and the people we often have over. We've had lots of really good lunches. We've had breakfast. We've had tea party, I think. All kinds of things where we just have people over and sit around a table and talk, fellowship, and then come down and pack a box. That's a wonderful aspect. And the other one for me is the memory boxes that we packed. There's been a lot of people we've honored in the past, and it really warms my heart. And along those lines, I had one update for you. Many of you have asked. My sister, who we did a honor box for, has been struggling with a brain tumor, and she just ended her radiation last week on Tuesday successfully.
If you didn't see the quick update in a comment, the brain tumor was cancer.
Yes, it was.
So we didn't know that at first, but it was.
And they did get most of it, and her radiation went well, and she, since the first week after surgery, has not had another seizure. So keep praying for that, if you will. And she does start chemotherapy, though, in August, and that's going to be for 6 months. So there's a long road ahead. God is sovereign. He's in this. We want to make much of him through it, but we do appreciate your prayers for my sister.
But the prognosis is good.
It is good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's what I have. Honey, what's your favorite aspect of shoebox packing?
First, I guess it's like a hobby. It's like a fun hobby where you can shop a little for it. You can have family and friends come over and enjoy it. It's like a hobby with passion. So, you know, if I have spare time, I'm like, I'm not quite sure what to do. I know I can always go take a tag off something, or, you know, fill something up or straighten something. And I notice while he's going through, like, showing you all these things, he's making a mess. So I know I have to straighten some things, you know, after this video. But the second thing is, I don't know how you are. I know how you are. I am not great at evangelism. I am nervous and I'm shy. So you wouldn't believe I'm shy, but sometimes I'm shy. And I think being able to send 60 boxes to children around the world so that they can hear about Jesus is a form of evangelism that I have the passion for. I don't have to put myself out there as much personally, and just a way to, you know, spread the good news to other people around the world. So those are my two favorite things, kind of as a hobby and to spread the gospel.
That makes sense.
But I have a question for you. What are a couple of your favorite things to pack?
I'm always going to lean toward balls. I was a kid. There was always a ball in my hand when I was a kid. I liked sports a lot. So I'm always going to pretty much pack a soccer ball every chance I get, which, by the way, we never ask people to give anything or donate, but we have some people from the generosity of their own heart give us things. And we just recently had a donation that is going to replenish our soccer balls. So we do appreciate that. We never ask, but we do appreciate when people catch the vision and want to join in. So that's exciting. Soccer balls would be number one for me, probably. And then any kind of stress balls, that sort of thing. And then I can't help it. I'm 57 years old, but I wish I could have one of these. I would just love to put one of these in water and see it expand. I don't know, call me crazy, but I just think that's so fun. And I could keep listing things, but I'll stop with that.
I know you like the bendables too. Those are cute. You can tell by the looks of this place that stuffies are definitely my favorite. They are overflowing in every area where they are. I can't stop buying them. I just think when I was a kid, those were always my favorite toys, were stuffed animals. So I do certainly love the stuffies. That's my number one. I've always been very partial to these. We didn't look very closely at these, but they are light up rings. I like anything, really. William will say I like anything shiny. I am distracted by shiny things. So I love those too, but it's just fun. It's all fun. If you love Operation Christmas Child like us, you know it's fun. Every box is unique. Every box is different, and you can put your own touches on it. And that's why I say it's even fun with family and friends. People will bring their own things. They'll bring their own wow item or a few filler things to put in the boxes because they want their own touches on it too. So there is a cat on my back.
It's really...
Okay, Vinny wants to be in this video.
To me, it's always adorable when you have young kids come and pack and they bring a little bag from the dollar store or something.
Yes.
And they're just so excited to contribute. I love that too.
Yes.
But we sure appreciate you stopping by, looking at Sarah's Magical Toy Emporium, aka Operation Christmas Child area. We hope you'll catch the fire for this ministry. And if you are nervous about this, think, oh, I could never do this or anything like that, you can even go on their website and Pack a Box Online. They offer that.
Yeah.
If that's how you want to get your toe in the water. But we just ask you to get involved in whatever you want to do that makes the world a better place. And we support it, whatever you do.
Thanks for coming along,
Yeah,
you guys. I
thank you.
hope that you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next week.
All right.